On day 1, I spawned in as a massive slime dragon. Whoa! I'm huge and slimy! I was standing over a hoard of all kinds of treasure and gold, and I knew I was here to protect it. On a pedestal in the center was a relic that held an ancient power, a power that I knew could destroy the world. I must protect this with my life. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a legion of knights charged in to attack me. Leading the pack was a knight who looked like he was made of crystal. I fought them off using my slime poison breath and slime slash attacks. They didn't do a ton of damage, but there were so many of them. The crystal knight charged in and slashed at me, and I fought him back the best I could. Eventually, he pulled out a bow and started blasting me with powerful arrows. Even though I was a massive dragon, I was caught off guard and I couldn't take any more. I tried to escape while I could and get a better vantage point to attack from. I flew out of the cave and I was above a forest. Before I could get to a safe place, I ran into another group of powerful looking knights who were waiting to intercept me in the air. They all focused fire on me, and the next thing I knew, I was plummeting to the earth. Sometime later, I awoke in the middle of the jungle and looked at myself. I was just a baby slime dragon. What the heck? What happened? I only had 1 weak slime power now. I could shoot little slime balls that also dealt some poison damage. I peeked up to the trees and I could still hear the knights above me.
Good work, men. Now that the slime dragon is dead, we can use the ancient power of the Horde to cleanse the world.
Cleanse the world? That sounds like they're gonna use it to hurt people.
Well, to be fair, who doesn't want to hurt people?
I don't. Wait, who said that? I turned around to see 3 other versions of myself sitting in front of me. 1 red, 1 yellow, and 1 blue. Oh, since I'm a slime dragon, I must have…
Yup, split into 4. You guys are all alternate versions of me.
No, you're alternate versions of me.
Obviously, I'm the original because I'm the green one. But that's not important. What do you guys think we should…
I'm gonna find another source of power and use it to demolish those knights and take back my gold. I'm gonna train every day until I'm powerful enough to retake my rightful place.
I'm gonna use my superior wit to take back the throne and make all the knights dance for me.
Shouldn't we all just work together and take it back? We could be like 4 times as powerful as before.
But then I'd have to share it with you.
Yeah, who needs teamwork when you've got my brains?
I watched my red and yellow counterparts walk away, but then I noticed a blue one was still here. Do you want to work together?
No, I just figure I shouldn't leave behind any loose ends.
What? The blue dragon charged at me and tried to kill me. Ah! I didn't want to kill any alternate versions of myself, so I just ran away as fast as I could. Eventually, I was able to lose him, but I was left alone to fend for myself as a baby slime dragon. On day 2, I was just a sad baby dragon alone in the world. I made myself some tools and I dug down and made a cave for myself to hide in. I knew it would need to be bigger if I grew, but for now, I kept it pretty small. While I was digging, I ran into a cave and I was suddenly attacked by a pack of rats. Ah! I tried to bite and slash at them, but my teeth and claws were made of slime, so they were squishy. I switched to my ranged attack and was able to slowly pick them off one by one. Once I was safe again, I started crafting myself the basic necessities and filled my base with them. Finally, I made myself a bed and laid down to go to sleep.
Hello.
Ah! I looked out into the darkness and there was a cute little raccoon watching me. Who are you and what are you doing here?
Well, I was watching you dig this place all alone, and I thought you might need a friend.
Thanks. I do need a friend. My name's Max. What's yours?
Stripes.
Nice to meet you, Stripes. I explained to him the whole situation, and the raccoon was surprised.
What are you doing out here? Wait, I know you. You're the one who guards the Horde. I can't believe you were that big, powerful dragon.
Yup, but now I don't know what to do.
Well, there's a town nearby. Maybe we can find somebody there who will help you.
Good idea, Stripes! On day 3, I traveled into town with Stripes the raccoon and started asking around. Excuse me, are there any powerful wizards or anything like that around this town?
Aw, you two are so cute. Come here, let me squeeze your little cheeks.
Oh, no thank you.
That was going nowhere, so we tried asking someone else. Any powerful peeps who could help us out? There's this great evil we need to stop.
Well, I don't know about any wizards, but there's that new Crystal King.
Crystal King? So that's what he's calling himself now?
Everything's been great since he went into power. Other than that, maybe you could talk to the authorities.
We started to leave the village empty-handed, but then suddenly it was attacked by a horde of goblins. Oh no! We gotta help the townspeople! We ran in to fight the goblins, and I started blasting them with my slime powers. The goblin horde immediately started to swarm Stripes and I since we were the only ones putting up a fight. I quickly became overwhelmed by their numbers, but was able to take to the skies to avoid them. After picking off most of the small fries, their boss charged at me. After some expert sharpshooting, he was defeated as well. After the battle was won, the townspeople crowded around me.
Woohoo! Hooray! You little baby saved the town!
Who? Me?
Thank you so much, brave heroes.
Who? What do you think we should do now, Stripes?
Well, that one person said we could try talking to the authorities. Should be easy now that we're town heroes.
I don't know where that is.
I do. They're just down at the station. Follow me.
With that, we set out to find the authorities. On day 4, we arrived at the station and spotted the chief giving a speech to his guards. I realized it was one of the Crystal King's knights, the one in fancy iron armor. Uh-oh.
Listen, troops. I know things have been tough recently, but fear no longer. With the help of ancient magic, the Force will soon wield the power to eradicate all evil from this world.
Huzzah! That sounds great. Come on, let's go talk to him.
Wait, Stripes? No!
What's wrong? He said he wanted to get rid of evil.
That's one of the knights who tried to kill me.
Oh, jeez. Well, who are we gonna ask for help now?
We're just gonna have to do things on our own. Our first target, the Iron Knight.
Hey, that guy just said he wants to kill the Iron Knight. That's you, sir.
The Iron Knight spotted me standing in the alley and started after me. Run! The two of us got out of there as fast as we could, and luckily we were able to escape. I need to get stronger if I'm gonna fight him, and fast. On days 5 through 6, we arrived back at the base. I need to get stronger, Stripes. Any ideas?
I've got a few tricks up my sleeve I could teach you.
Teach me your ways, Sensei. Our training began immediately, and he started by having me fly in figure eights around targets while shooting at them with my slime power.
All right, good work. Now it's time for some live targets.
He had me fight some evil hounds, and I started to notice I was getting better at using my powers. Finally, he had me practice using my sliminess to my advantage. I started practicing bouncing off of walls and floors using my slime body.
Good work today, Max. Let's grab some grub.
We went out and killed a bunch of cows and ate their meat. And just as I finished eating, I transformed into a medium-sized slime dragon. I wasn't a full adult, but I was significantly larger and I had grown powerful poison claws and gained 10 hearts. Yes! Now I'm ready! We set out for the guard station in the middle of town. But the place was on high alert now that the Iron Knight had spotted me alive. There's too many of them! What am I gonna do now?
I think I know a guy we could talk to.
Dang, Stripes. You sure do got a lot of connections around here.
Hey, what can I say, you know? I'm a connected guy.
On days 7 through 8, Stripes took me underground to a secret black market beneath the village. He brought me through the various stalls up to a scruffy dude who looked really tough.
Yeah, I can get you to the center of town for a price.
Well, dang. I used to have a whole hoard of gold, but now all I've got is a bunch of slime.
Wait, you got slime?
Yeah, dude. I'm made of it.
Slime is super rare. Plus, it has so many useful applications for all the thievery I do.
You can have as much as you want. Well, not too much, because it's my body.
You got yourself a deal.
The thief led us to the outskirts of the black market and deep into the sewer system of the village. As we were traveling, we ran into a group of crocodiles that we had to fight. Luckily, now that I was big enough, I could take a hit. We finished off the crocs and continued on into the sewers.
All right, this is the place. The station should be right above us.
That grate is tiny. I can't fit through that. How am I supposed to get in?
Well, I do have a ton of TNT if you want to blow it open. You'll get the element of surprise, but you'll be going in blind.
That's a risk I'm willing to take. Let's do it! On days 9 through 10, the thief lit up a ton of TNT and ran off, blowing the ceiling open. Next thing I knew, he was gone. I looked up and realized the explosion was way more powerful than I thought it would be. He blew up the whole station building! I flew up into the air and the Iron Knight was there waiting for me. Somehow, he looked uninjured by the blast. A bunch of guards charged in to attack, but he stopped them.
Stand down, men. This one's mine. Return to your duties. I don't know whether to kill you or thank you, Slime Dragon. Your treasure has been a great boon to our power.
I was confused by what he meant until he pulled out one of the relics from my treasure hoard. Hey, that's mine! Before I could stop him, he used the relic to transform into a giant. He charged at me, and I fought him off with everything I had. The Iron Knight swung a giant axe that shook the ground and dealt a bunch of damage. I tried to keep my distance by flying around and shooting him with slime balls, but they did nothing. Eventually, I found a weak spot on his back and dove in close to slash at it with my poison claws. Finally, I was able to knock him down, and he transformed back into his human form.
You fight with honor, Slime Dragon, but the Crystal Knight fights dirty. He already beat you once. What makes you think you will beat him this time?
I'll be even more powerful this time. And wait, you don't fight with honor? None of you fight with honor. You're a bunch of jerks.
Oh yeah, that's true. Guards, get him!
The guards charged in to attack, and the Iron Knight tried to make his escape. Eventually, I was able to fight them all off. Then I flew after the Iron Knight. I finished the coward off quickly, and he dropped my magic iron relic. It was the Axe of 1,000 Metals. When I picked it up, I absorbed its powers. It gave me a shockwave ability.
That was amazing! I barely caught up to you!
I know! One treasure recovered, lots more to go. Let's go, Stripes! On days 11 through 13, I was feeling more confident, so I set to work expanding out my cave and making it really big and fancy. I added a room for Stripes, making sure to decorate it the way he would like it. With the base in order, I set to work on an epic slime dragon statue in the forest above my cave. This hopefully would serve to strike fear in the hearts of knights, and bring hope to the other mobs of the world that the fate of the world is still in good hands. Eventually, I finished the body and legs, and decided to take a break and save the rest for later. As I was admiring my work, a handsome prince suddenly rode by on a horse looking distraught.
Oh dear me, oh dearie dearie me.
What's going on, dude? I mean, Your Highness?
Well, there's a beautiful princess locked in a tower just to the north of here. I valiantly charged in to save her, but I just couldn't do it. The dangers were too great. I fled like a fearful little chicken. Now, I will never find true love.
Wait, so there's still a woman trapped in a tower? Is someone gonna help her?
I don't know.
Wait, what were the dangers? I tried to stop him, but he was already gone. Well, if he's not gonna do it, I guess I gotta save her? On days 14 through 17, I set out in search of the trapped princess. I flew north until I found the tower the prince told me about. But the tower was guarded by a giant three-headed serpent. They didn't attack me, so I figured I'd just go up and ask about the princess. Excuse me, would there happen to be a princess locked in there?
Yes.
Oh, so you guys just all talk at the same time. Okay. Also, that's messed up, dude. Sorry, I mean dudes. Why is she even in that tower anyways?
We don't know, man. We just work here.
Well, I'm gonna get her out of there.
If you do that, we'll have to kill you. It's gonna roll jobs.
The Hydra attacked me. It shot its poison breath at me, but I dodged it just in time. I went in to smack it with my claws, but every time I hit it, it grew new heads and grew more powerful. I knocked it off the ledge. I hope you're being paid well for this. I finished off the serpents right as day turned to night. With them out of the way, I was able to free the princess from the tower.
Thank you so much for rescuing me.
Suddenly, the princess turned into a massive beast. I thought she was going to attack me too. Uh-oh. But she just jumped from the top of the tower and ran off. Oh, okay then. On days 18 through 21, I flew back to my base only to find it was under attack by the Crystal King. He had used some kind of magic to summon some crazy crystal constructs who were destroying the base. The king them all off with the powers I had, blasting them with slime. They smacked me with heavy spinning crystals, but it wasn't enough to take me out. The minions were no match for me. I rushed at the king. Suddenly, a huge red construct appeared out of nowhere and the king disappeared. He must have been stalling for time so he could summon it. It was super tough and hit really hard. Even with all of my new abilities, I still barely managed to defeat the construct. I knew I would definitely need to get stronger if I wanted to face the Crystal King. That's when I realized Stripes was nowhere to be found. Stripes? Stripes! I made a memorial for Stripes. I thought it would help me move past his death, but it just made me resent the Crystal King more. Ugh, I hate you, Crystal King! I knew I had to get more powerful to defeat the Crystal King. So I set off to find alternate versions of myself to see if I could convince them to help me get revenge. On days 22 through 25, I flew around the world, searching for any signs of my brothers. Eventually, I spotted a couple magma cubes that were stealing gold from someone's house. I decided to follow the cubes from a distance. I flew behind them for a while until they entered another portal. I entered the portal just in time to see the cubes running around a corner. I tried to follow them, when all of a sudden...
Hello, brother! Long time no... Welcome to my domain!
Brother, I need your help! The Crystal King must be defeated, but I can't do it alone.
And why should I help you?
He killed my friend, and he took our relics. If we don't take the king down, he's gonna use it to bring chaos and destruction.
What's wrong with chaos and destruction?
I think you're purposely missing the point. Please, just come out here and talk to me.
I think you should focus on missing the point of my terrifying nether creatures. Attack!
My brother's nether monsters charged at me. I had no choice but to fight back. There were 2 different magma constructs charging at me, and I figured he must have created whatever power he found here. They hit really hard and were really tough to kill, but using all of my powers, including my new smash ability, I was able to take them all out.
Seems you've really changed since the last I saw you.
Finally, he came out to see me, but he looked different than before. He was a great big magma dragon. You're the one who's changed. Why do you look like that?
After I left you and the others, I discovered this portal to the Nether. In it, I met a community of blazes who shared my unbridled bloodlust. They granted me the secret to their power, Blaze Powder. The power turned me into what you see now, a magma dragon.
Oh, that was sweet. Somewhat.
I killed them all and took all of their treasure.
Oh.
Gold, trying to rebuild the treasure hoard those knights took from us.
I dodged out of the way and began to fight back. We flew around each other in the air, dodging huge lava falls. I threw my slime balls at him, but he retaliated with giant blasts of fire breath. I fought him with all of my might, but my powers weren't strong enough to beat him.
You see, this is the difference between you and me, bro. A wimp like you would never be able to stand a chance against someone like me. Not with your own puny power.
He was right. Luckily, that's when I felt a surge of energy. I had unlocked a new ability, Lifesteal. Well, why don't I borrow some of your power then? Using my newfound ability on my brother, I was able to absorb his essence back into me.
What are you doing? No!
I continued to use Lifesteal and my brother was fully absorbed back into me. Woohoo! Suddenly, I grew from a baby into an adult dragon again. Plus, I gained 10 hearts. Not only that, but I gained my brother's fire ability and poison breath. Whoa, I guess I can absorb my alternate selves back into me. And when I do, I gain back my power. Awesome! I took my brother's treasure to combine it with my own hoard back in my base. Then I set my sights to the Nether portal, eager to get back home. On days 30 through 33, I was about to enter the portal when I spotted some piglins wearing full sets of golden armor. Oh, that's right. Piglins love gold. Gold. Unfortunately, the part of my brother that was hungry for gold was now taking over my brain. I need it for my hoard! I can't resist! I flew in and attacked the piglins. I killed all but one and took their armor. This seemed to scare the last one quite a bit. You there! If you don't want to end up cooked pork chop like your friend there, you better take me to your stash of gold. The piglin took me back to their bastion and there was a massive pile of gold. That's when I noticed, hey, some of this is my gold!
We know. We've been working with the Crystal King. He's been compensating us quite nicely with your gold as payment.
My gold? Suddenly, I was overcome with anger. I killed a few of the piglins around me. Oh, sorry guys. Man, I gotta get this new angry side of me under control.
You can take our gold, but good luck keeping it if you're going back to the overworld.
What do you mean by that?
The Undead Knight is out there. He's one of the Crystal King's knights, and he's totally obsessed with gold, even more than we are. He needs the gold to complete his undead rituals.
Undead Knight, huh? I remember him from before when he tried to kill me.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't stand a chance at keeping all that gold away from him, so you might as well not even bother.
I lost control again and killed the piglin. Whoops! I really need to take some anger management classes or something. On days 34 through 37, I flew out of the nether portal and back to my base. When I got there, I expanded out my cave some more and made an area for my treasure hoard. I filled it up with everything I collected and it was starting to look pretty nice. But despite how nice it looked on the surface, with Stripes gone, I was starting to feel lonely. I wish I had some more friends. I distracted myself from the loneliness by building the head and tail of my statue. I also added horns and claws. It looks kinda weird. It doesn't have eyes or teeth, but when it's all done, I'm sure it's gonna be epic. While up in the air, I spotted a horde of the undead heading straight for my base. Uh-oh, not again! I swooped down and prepared for the onslaught. All right, let's go! On days 38 through 41, the undead army stormed up to my base. The piglins and zoglins were chanting,
Gold, gold, gold!
What are you guys here for again? I must have missed it.
Give us all your gold!
Come and get it. I dare ya. Oh, hey there, big guy. With a deafening squeal, the huge zoglin charged after me and the rest of the army followed suit. I tried to fend them all off while taking on the giant zoglin, but there were too many. I couldn't stop a few from slipping through and reaching my treasure. No! My gold! I wanted to stop them, but I was too preoccupied with fighting the big guy. Pretty soon, I had beaten all the little guys and the giant zoglin was all that was left. Eventually, I was able to beat the zoglin too, but not before the rest of the army had taken most of my gold. I killed the last few stragglers and gazed upon what remained of my pitiful horde. Ugh! You've all taken my gold for the last time! I knew it was time to pay a visit to the Undead Knight. And, judging by the trail of gold nuggets leading out of my base, I knew just how to find them. On days 42 through 45, I followed the path of gold left behind by the undead army, and I spotted the thief from earlier who was also picking up gold from the path.
Hey, it's you. Glad to see you made it out of there.
Oh, I'm surprised you recognized me, seeing how I changed form and all.
Dude, you're a green slime dragon. I just used common sense.
You know, if you want some more gold, I know a place that has a bunch, and we can split the haul.
50-50?
More like 80-20.
70-30.
We can figure that out later. Look, I can't get in there alone, and you can't defeat the Undead Knight by yourself. We're gonna have to work together to get the gold.
65-35.
Oh my gosh! If I say yes, will you please stop?
All right, I'm in.
The two of us left, heading off to find the Undead Knight. Just as I thought, it led us right to a fortress made of gold and bone. I knew this had to be the Undead Knight's base. You think you can get me in there?
Well, pigs aren't necessarily potty trained, so there's no toilets and no sewers to go through. What to do?
Huh. I know! You wouldn't happen to have any more TNT, would you?
Oh, I got TNT all right.
We blew a giant hole in the side of the knight's fortress, and the two of us charged in heroically. There were a ton of undead creatures waiting inside, but they were no match for us. We took them out swiftly and continued in to confront the undead knight. We entered the throne room and the undead knight was there, just as I expected, but so was Stripes! You're alive?
Wait, I can explain!
If it isn't the slime dragon, back from the dead, I know a thing or two about that.
Of course I'm alive. Do you even know how slimes work?
No matter. I will destroy you as many times as I need to in order to protect my gold. I need it for my rituals.
Your gold? Why does everyone keep trying to claim my stuff as theirs? Just then, the undead knight pulled out a golden relic from my hoard. It glowed with power and he transformed into a massive zombie piglin king. Wait, you're a piglin too?
Of course I am. Why do you think I love gold so much?
With that, I dove in to take the undead knight down. He had a massive hammer that he brought down upon me with a ton of force. I fought back with my fire and poison attacks. I tried to launch blocks at him, but I could never get a solid hit in. He had a lot of vitality and charged at me with a ton of force, but I slowly wore him down using my life drain ability. He started spawning a ton of zombified piglins around him to attack, but they were no match for my life drain either. The more the merrier. Finally, I dealt a final blow and defeated the knight. Booyah! That's what you get for taking my gold!
My one regret is that I was so greedy. I needed the gold for my undead rituals and all, but I shouldn't have taken it from others. I should have just earned an honest living as a lumberjack or a dentist or something. Too late for that now. Brr.
Oh, now I actually feel kind of bad. As he died, I absorbed him into me, making my slime body more resilient. I now had some natural armor. With him out of the way, I regrouped with Stripes and the thief. Stripes! What the heck happened? I thought you were dead!
Well, I had this huge stack of gold here, and I thought I could bring it back and make us both rich. But I ended up getting captured by the undead knight, and he forced me to become his pet.
Ugh! Stripes, don't you see? We've all been so focused on gold that we've begun to lose sight of what's really important. Stopping the Crystal King from destroying the world!
You're right, I'm sorry. I was blinded by greed. How could I be so blind?
I don't know. I still kind of just want the gold. So...
Yeah, sure. Just take whatever you can carry and get out of here. Without another word, the thief scooped up a bunch of gold in his arms and bolted out of the fortress. On days 50 through 53, Stripes and I arrived back at the base with all of my gold.
What are you gonna do with all this?
Huh, I'm not sure.
Ooh, maybe we can melt it all down. Or we can bury it.
That gives me an idea. I started converting all of my golden treasure into golden apples to help me in battle. And I made a set of gold armor for Stripes.
Snazzy! It isn't very practical, but it's better than nothing.
I filled my treasure hoard with chests brimming with golden apples. Finally, I'm putting my gold to use instead of just sitting around looking pretty. Feeling good about myself, I went back to working on the dragon statue. First, I added spines and added plenty of details around to make it look more like me. I finished by adding detail to the head. But then, in the blink of an eye, an explosion consumed the head, ruining all of my hard work. What the? I scanned the area, wondering what the heck was happening. I got my answer when the Crystal King descended from above. The Crystal King and I landed on the ground to talk.
I've grown tired of you killing all my men, but it won't stop me in my plans to cleanse the world of slime filth.
What does that even mean? Cleanse the world. And for that matter, why do you get to decide what is clean and what isn't?
Oh, shut it, would you?
The Crystal King then summoned a massive robot that towered over us. Where did you get that kind of machinery? You didn't have anything like it before.
I confess I couldn't have done it myself. A brother of yours was a great deal of help. I traded it for a ton of pistons and TNT.
My brother?
I don't need to explain anything to you.
But you just... What?
Try not to take too long.
The giant robot didn't hesitate to slam his massive fist down onto the ground towards me, so I dodged it and took to the skies. I soared upwards and sent blasts of poison hurtling towards the robot, but it shrugged the attacks off like it was nothing. The poison isn't doing anything! I need a different plan! The robot was relentless. It didn't tire one bit. I dove in, raking my claws over its metal shell. Then I softened up with a blast of fire. And now for the finishing blow! I spun through the air and my final attack destroyed the great robot. That was too close. I need to get stronger. And I need to stop my dumb brothers from helping the wrong side. Looks like it's time to pay my brother a visit. On days 58 through 61, I began my search for one of my brothers. The yellow one seemed like it would be dumb enough to make a deal with the Crystal King. Now, where would a big dumb yellow dragon hang out? I searched high and low, but I couldn't seem to find any sign of him. I decided to ask around. I spotted a village and landed near it. As I approached, I could already hear people screaming.
Leander's Knight! Save us, brave knights of the Crystal King!
Please, I'm not gonna... That's when I realized they were actually screaming about something else. It was the princess from earlier, who was still in her beast form. Hey! When she spotted me, she immediately ran off. Wait, come back! I chased her through the woods for hours. Eventually, we entered the Badlands where I came across what appeared to be an old mining town that was decorated for a birthday party. What the? I figured this must be my weird brother's home turf. There were bound to be traps, and the princess was running right into it. Uh-oh. I flew into the area, just in time to see the princess run directly into a TNT trap. It went off, but she just kept running. Oh no! Then a cage fell on top of her. Oh no! I ran over to see if she was okay. She was still kicking and growling at me. What am I gonna do with you? Just then, a voice came over an intercom.
Sounds like we've got visitors! Let's see how they fare in my magical menagerie of mysteries!
I think by mysteries, he means traps and explosions.
I don't know. You'll have to find out for yourself.
I let the princess out of her cage, and she immediately sprinted off again. What is wrong with you? Before I could catch her, she hit another trap and fell into a hole.
Oh, Oh, that's gotta hurt.
I looked down into the hole, and she was still alive. But I wasn't gonna let her out this time. I'd be back for her later. Now, time to make it into town without getting blown up. On days 66 through 70, I arrived in the center of town after only getting blown up twice. Ow! When I got there, I was greeted by a terrible-looking dummy that was supposed to look like my brother. Suddenly, it exploded, and he swooped in behind me. Dang it! I should have known!
Tricked ya!
Why did you sell a robot to the Crystal King?
What can I say? He offered a good price on his equipment for all these traps.
That's totally unethical, and it goes directly against our goal of getting our horde back.
Maybe that's your goal. I'm just trying to have fun. Dance battle me!
No! Prepare to be absorbed! I attacked him as he danced in circles around me. Eventually, he was forced to fight back.
Okay, now you're making me upset.
He started slinging all kinds of dynamite at me, and I fought back at him with my poison breath and fire powers. We took to the skies and began dogfighting in the air. He hit me with a ton of lightning using some kind of lightning rod contraption he'd created, and I swerved to avoid it the best I could. He also used rainbow dynamite that shot colored blocks all around us. It didn't seem to do much damage to me, so I figured he was just doing it for the fun of it. Eventually, I was able to wear him down enough that I could use my lifesteal ability to slurp him back up. I absorbed my brother and grew again and gained 10 hearts. I also obtained the ability to shoot dynamite out of my slime. 2 brothers down, 1 to go. On days 71 through 74, I went to find the princess and let her out of her hole. She started to run away again, but I was getting fed up with her and I was feeling chaotic. I chased her down and attacked. I'm sorry, but it must be done. She had a powerful bite, but she wasn't too tough. I beat her quickly, and she transformed back into a princess. Sorry about that, princess.
No, it's okay. I have no control when I'm in beast form. Thank you for snapping me out of it.
Anytime. Do you need somewhere to live now that you're out of that tower?
Oh, yes, please. I can't go back home to my parents' castle, and my father was the one who locked me in the tower.
I returned back to the base with the princess and 3 out of my 4 personalities back inside of me. I quickly built a room for the princess, and she thanked me.
My name is Elodie, by the way. Oh, I do appreciate the hospitality.
Nice to meet you, Elodie. With that, I got to work making my cave a little more spacious for my new size. Much more comfortable. On days 75 through 78, I was feeling chaotic good thanks to my new personality. I looked at my chest full of golden apples, wondering what I could do with them. I got an idea. I took a ton of apples and returned to the town from earlier where I started handing them out to everyone. Here you go. Here, have a tasty metal apple.
Thank you for your kind gesture, sir. Maybe this will help protect us from that horrible slime dragon in the woods.
I think there's been some sort of mistake here. I am the slime dragon, and I don't think I'm horrible at all.
No, not you. That huge one that looms over us all waiting to strike.
Wait, do you mean my statue?
That's a statue? It's so big and horrifying.
You mean inspiring, right?
No, horrible.
Oh, dang, dude. Then I spotted a familiar face making his way from the back of the crowd towards me. It was the thief, but judging by his outfit, he'd become something of a ruler of the town with his enormous wealth.
Dragon, what do you think you're doing?
I explained how I was there to hand out golden apples to the townspeople. I thought he would be happy, but the former thief just looked angrier and angrier by the second.
You can't just spread the wealth around like that. That's where my power comes from.
Well, I'm sorry, but that's too bad, because I'm gonna do it anyway. I watched as the thief-turned-ruler grumbled and left the plaza. On days 79 through 82, I was leaving town, when suddenly the thief returned in a mech.
Do you like it? I bought it with gold.
Nah, I could have made a better one myself now that my yellow brother's been absorbed.
I don't know what that means, but I can't let you go around distributing the wealth.
Next thing I knew, he started chucking dynamite at me. I flew up into the air and blasted him with a fire attack, winning the fight instantly.
Spare me, please. I'm sorry for doing that. I don't know what came over me.
Yeah, it's okay. We're cool.
Can I come live with you? Please.
What? No!
Well, now that everyone in the town has wealth, they'll kick me out for being a tyrannical ruler and taking advantage of them. Now I have nowhere to go, which is kind of your fault, by the way.
How is that my fault?
Please, 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 please.
Fine. You can live with me. On days 83 through 86, I headed to my base with my new companion, the thief.
Are we there yet?
Still a few miles out. When we pass this ridge, we can rest. We passed by the mountain where my old lair used to be, but it looked different now. The Crystal King had built a massive castle on top of the mountain. Crystal spires reached high into the sky. Come on, we're gonna take a little detour. The thief and I made our way into the cave entrance, but all the slime was gone. The whole place was squeaky clean. I don't know how to feel about this. Try not to touch anything.
You got it. Uh-oh.
Alarms started going off all around us. Unwilling to get caught quite yet, I turned tail and fled. It's still too early to fight the Crystal King. I'll need to have a strong plan.
We can talk about it later. For now, we need to keep moving.
The thief was right. I took to the skies. On days 87 through 90, I arrived at the base and the thief came running in behind me.
Nice digs.
I set to work building a room for the thief next to the princesses. But I didn't put much work into it because I didn't like him very much. After that was done, I got to work adding wings to the statue. I made them big and sprawling, reaching high up into the skies. While I was working, I spotted the thief and princess talking and I went over to him. Looks like you two are getting along.
Well, actually, we were talking about you. There's something I have to tell you.
Oh, yeah? What's up?
When I wolfed out earlier, and when running into the woods, I accidentally came across the Forge Knight plotting to kill you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he used a relic to become some kind of giant beast, and he's heading here now.
That sounds familiar. What kind of beast?
That kind?
The Forge Knight slammed down on the ground behind me, already transformed into his massive new form. He sent out a shockwave that turned everything around him into netherrack. Wait! The Forge Knight was caught off guard and hesitated.
What?
So, this new form, it really suits you. I mean, it really brings out your eyes. What are those, Hazel? My new personality from Yellow was making me feel tricky. While I was stalling, Stripes got in position up on the ledge behind him. Have you been working out? Because you look huge, man. Stripes jumped down and landed a huge blow on the knight. Tricked ya! Now that the Forge Knight was vulnerable from the surprise attack, I charged in. Flying in the air as to best avoid his massive sword, I blasted it with my fire powers and my poison breath. That made the Forge Knight unleash a massive supernova explosion and he turned blue. I hit him with some more fire, and he retaliated with a ranged attack of his own, which I barely managed to dodge. While I was low to the ground, the knight leapt at me, shaking the earth beneath him as he landed. He impaled me with his sword and lifted me into the air. I took flight once more and landed one last huge blow. He transformed back into his human form and collapsed onto the ground.
You will never defeat the Crystal King.
Yeah, we'll see about that. With one final blow, I finished off the Forge Knight. I picked up his fire crystal and I gained his nether powers, which granted me the new ability to spawn gas to fight for me. On days 94 through 96, I regrouped with Stripes, the Thief, and Elodie. Listen up, guys. Time is running out. Even though I still haven't found my last brother, I think that I'm ready to take on the Crystal King without him.
Don't worry, you're ready.
Yeah, you got this, man. You're gonna whoop that Crystal King's Crystal Keister.
Thank you, guys, but I just don't know.
There must be something we can do. I want to join you in the fight and help you take that guy down firsthand.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Thank you so much.
So, I know you princesses have a thing for hero types, right? Maybe when I get back, we could go on a date? That is, of course, if I survive, because, you know, I'm making such a noble and selfless sacrifice here.
Oh, sure. You're kind of cute, I guess. For a thief.
Okay, you literally turned into a beast, so I don't know if you should be passing judgment right now.
Well, we all have our quirks. But yes, I'll go on a date with you.
Yes. Oh, that reminds me.
The thief left and came back in a new mech.
Say hello to my backup mech. This one shoots slime, so really it's even better than the original.
Well, we're gonna need more than just slime to take down the Crystal King. I hope you're stocked up. The thief pulled out a bunch of TNT.
Oh, you know I'm stocked up.
On days 97 and 98, the thief blew a giant hole in the side of the castle. Inside, my brother, the Blue Dragon, was waiting for me. Brother?
You shouldn't have come here, brother.
What are you doing here?
Like you, for many days and nights I trained, until I believed I was strong enough to take on the Crystal King. But when I went to confront him, the king made me an offer. He told me that I could have a place in this new world after he had cleansed it, so long as I cleaned up my act.
No, you didn't!
Oh, come on. Be sensible here. Or I suppose you lack the ability to think rationally without me, don't you? Regardless, it was the best course of action to ensure my safety. So, I cleaned up. Now, I'm mostly water, clean and clear in both mind and body.
I expected this kind of behavior from Yellow, but not you!
Yellow didn't see the bigger picture, and it seems neither do you. It's time to clean up.
Suddenly, water started pouring out of the walls. It washed the thief and I out of the castle. Outside, the thief was nowhere to be found. Before I even had time to look for him, the blue dragon flew out from the hole and he charged right at me. We both spiraled around the castle, taking shots at each other. He was trying to hit me with his water attacks. I fired back at him with my slime.
Ugh! Must you aim that dreadful slime at me? It's disgusting!
Disgusting? You're a slime dragon too, you know. We're literally made of it.
Maybe I was, but not anymore. Now, I'm clean.
I mean, I have plenty of other fighting abilities besides slime, so I guess I can just use those instead. But remember, you asked for this. I came at him with all the powers I had gained, but that still didn't stop him. As we flew in the air, he shot at me with his ice and water powers. I retaliated with my fire, poison, and my slime, and I managed to overpower him. I knocked him into the side of the mountain.
But I don't understand. I trained so long, and I cleaned myself up so well.
You can train and clean and try and change yourself all you like, but you can never change who you are inside. A disgusting slime dragon!
No!
And just like that, I absorbed the last of my alternate selves back into me. I was whole again. I gained 20 hearts and transformed into a king slime dragon. Now, I had an epic ice crystal ability from the water dragon. I also gained a new slime power. Now, I could throw globs of slime anywhere I pleased.
Wow, that was incredible. You're definitely ready to fight the Crystal King now.
Oh, there you are, thief. Do you really think so?
Heck yes, I do. You're a mean green slime shooting machine. Kinda like me and my mech, funnily enough.
I think it's finally time to take on the Crystal King. With that, the thief and I headed back into the castle. Now inside, I finally confronted the Crystal King on day 100.
Welcome home, slime dragon. Do you like what I've done with the place?
It's nice, but I think it could use a bit more slime. I started spawning slime blocks all over him and his stuff. They poured over everything, including the Crystal King. The thief shot some slime at him too with his mech.
Ha ha ha! Consider this a housewarming gift from the two of us.
Oh, and don't worry, there's plenty more where that came from.
Yuck, what the? No, my pristineness, my feng shui. Enough of this.
The king pulled out the relic he had taken from me and placed it on the ground.
With this, I'll have the power to rid the filth of the world and create a new land. One that's perfect, clean, and all mine.
He activated it, and it started spinning rapidly. Lightning started striking all around us. It was chaos. With one final blast, the ground exploded and the Crystal King transformed into a massive glowing beast. If I didn't beat him now, it was all going to be over. I charged in at him with everything I had. I used all of my powers, my fire blasts, my poison breath, my lifesteal, and my nether powers. But it wasn't enough. He was too strong. The king knocked me out of the air with a lightning bolt. The Crystal King was about to beat me. I laid on the ground helpless as he readied the finishing blow. When suddenly, he was hit by a ball of slime. It was the thief in his mech.
Hey, your royal jerkiness, over here. You like that? Don't worry, that one's on the house. Or should I say, it's on you.
I've had enough of your futile efforts to defeat me. When will you two learn that cleanliness always triumphs over filth? Fine, I suppose I'll just have to teach you the hard way.
The Crystal King impaled the thief in the chest with his spear, killing him instantly. No! My anger from the thief's death reignited my spirit, giving me the strength to fight the Crystal King again, this time even harder than before. The king and I soared through the air exchanging blows, but with my newfound resolve and the distraction that the thief caused, I was able to take him down. This is for taking my home! This is for killing my friend! And this is for calling me filth! With one last attack, the Crystal King's reign of terror was brought to an end. And just like that, I had finally defeated the Crystal King and saved the planet! Woohoo! I did it!